Hey everyone, welcome to your mystical astrology for July 2023. I am Cynthia Rose. I'll be talking today about the frequencies for the collective and give a general overview of what we can expect. Remember, you're the master of your attitudes and use this information for your betterment and empowerment. Life is full of choices and timing. Time is your most valuable commodity, and choice makes the world go round. So, first of all, the outer frequencies. There's been a lot of talk about Pluto, which went into Aquarius and then back into Capricorn. It's in the last 6 months or so of Capricorn. So, wherever Pluto is in your chart, it's been there since 2008. And you've got some time to go over any unfinished business and finish things up. It'll be back at 29 degrees again, but for now it is not done yet. You may have had some relation to now to April, and we're not done with it, so it's not the big player in my mind. There are others to talk about, but in general, there have been lessons in the house that Pluto is in your chart. As a general collective, what have we learned about power? The good, the bad, the ugly. It's not unique, as I say, this month. Something to pay attention to over the coming months. Neptune at 27 degrees Pisces at the end of June stationed, went retrograde. It's now in retrograde. And that frequency, it's not really going backward, but what it means is it appears that way to us, which brings it closer to Earth, even though it's not close. So we may feel that, and some of you may have even have felt that last week as it was getting ready to station in retrograde. And Pluto and Neptune, they're in a energy flow of ease, so no tension here. And Pluto wants to reconstruct, deconstruct an area of your life. It doesn't do so quickly and for the better. And Neptune, it can be like that light right now that's like darkest before dawn. So before you make any decisions, make sure you have inner clarity. Well, Venus is who I want to talk about. We begin the month with Venus, the goddess of love, in Leo. She's not alone because Mars is also in the sign of Leo. This really brings a highlight to relationships this month. Venus will be quite active in the sky. I consider her the star of summer. Uranus with Venus at the beginning of the month, urging us forward to create spontaneity and excitement into our first week, right? So Venus looking at ways to find harmony, create a better loving relationship. Well, you'll certainly have the ability to put an upgrade on that, whether or not you're in a relationship. It's a vital time where Venus is in your chart, where Taurus or Libra fall in your chart. So remember to be flexible this holiday weekend if there's those change of plans, or you could also find that you get some clarity from things when things change up. Pay attention to those sparks of insight that come and tune into that frequency of love. Venus is a yin or feminine quality, but by no means quiet in Leo, and she will go retrograde this month, not this week in the first week. So we will have an opportunity to go over things if we're not happy with how love is in our life or what we love. So we'll talk more about that. If things don't fit, it's good awareness, okay? So you might find yourself thinking about an old love this month. It makes me think of that Eric Clapton song, Old Love. Well, if that's you, then it's going to be even more important for you to think about How can you upgrade that? How you receive love, how you love, everything about that. The third of the month will have a full moon in Capricorn. It could be significant if you've had relationship issues. And the effects of the full moon can be felt the day after. So, for sure, July 4th may bring some healing. Remember, the planets are frequencies and there's a higher and a lower vibration. So, stay in your own integrity, truth, and ground yourself in love, and you'll be just fine. If you're sensitive, July 8th, the 7th or the 8th could be a powerful time for you, taking time to cloud gaze, sit in silence, meditate, tune in, channel. Generally, the 8th to the 15th of the month is a great week for dealing with issues around communication, maybe some spontaneous getting together with friends, having some fun. Whether it's hanging out in the garden or hanging with friends or going for dinner, clearing the air, it's a really important month to do that. And the 8th to the 15th is really good for that. July 9th, Mars is getting ready to leave Leo and move into the sign of Virgo. So get ready, Virgos. You're about to feel Mars coming up on your sun sign. So that may mean that you Virgos are already feeling that. That could be that you're thinking about finishing that book or starting that book or starting something new, and you can feel it building within you. So use that to come up with some plan about how to structure that in a way that feels good for you. July 10th, Mercury will oppose Pluto in Capricorn, and the moon will form a dialogue of tension with Pluto and Mercury. Tension itself, not a bad thing. It gets us going. Planets are in cardinal signs, wanting us to get something done, get going. Maybe it's time to really start getting that book done. It's a great day to get active and get things done on July 10th as well. If you're a reflective type, you might find insights about where you want to go and what you want in some way of planning that structure. Take further action in your life in terms of business or your place in the world. Really important to consider that as well. And I love the healing energy that is available again this week. Chiron is still active, offering healing. And remember, you're the one that's taking the action to create this healing. It doesn't descend upon us without us invoking it. And sometimes we have to do something, but it certainly is a beautiful and an exciting time for that. Well, July 15th to 22, starting with the 17th of July, we'll have a new moon in Cancer. New moons are great for beginning new things. First of all, if you haven't had a chance to really enjoy what you're doing at home or taking time to nurture yourselves, this is a good time to start new and start new habits with that. Start them on the new moon is great. Again, if you haven't started that new project that was inkling at you the last week, now is absolutely the time. Okay, if your ears are ringing, maybe it's time to channel some of that information out onto the computer and get that creativity flowing. Creativity is highlighted. It's a great time to expand on what creativity means to you, because everyone is creative. And if you think you're not creative, well, you're mistaken, because maybe the way you think about creativity is a little bit too narrow, because your life is a creation, and how you work with magnetic energy and the frequencies is a creation. So if you're involved in something and it's not going as fast as you want, remember that Saturn is there to remind you. We're going to go back over anything that you need to redo or fix. It's retrograde, so no worries. Saturn's saying, okay, let's look at this. But it's a little bit like herding cats. It may not move as quickly as you want, but you just have to keep going and make sure you take some time to enjoy yourself. If you didn't have that get together with friends and family or have some of that time to socialize, again, this week, a good week to do it. Okay. Remember, we're also spiritual beings having this human experience, and the essence of our spirit matters. So have some fun with that. Let yourself listen to music. Staying focused matters, but if you're too serious, you can shut down that essence that needs to keep going. Watch comedy if you're too serious. So make sure you take time to laugh. Okay, what's next here? Okay, so hopefully you've had some time to play, to creatively think about things. And now we're in the last week of July, and Venus, the goddess of love, is going to enter that time of retrograde. Okay, so now we can look at just like we have Mercury retrograde, where we have to look at all things communication, Venus retrograde is coming to say, how can you and I upgrade our ability to love, experience love, give love, receive love? That's all up for review. What matters to you? And hopefully you've taken some time to play with that, think about that. We're not just talking about romantic love. That may be an issue that you're looking at, but you will have now until October to really look at that. But summer's a great time for doing that. You can get out and you're not homebound, and you can consider things, because sometimes to see things clearly, you need a little bit more of a big picture. So remember, it's important to look at what matters to you, and can be a very powerful time to be looking also at what you love to do. Where do you want to be in the world? If it falls in your house of career, that may be even more important for you. Or where Venus is falling in the Taurus and Libra houses in your chart. In Leo, Venus is in Leo.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Cancer. Happy birthday. Socializing and how you work with groups and how you like to share your resources is up for review. I'm having a technical issue for a moment here. You may be thinking of money and your home as well. You might be thinking of how to create more money using your resources, or how to streamline your work life in working with others. And you may have already put this dream together, you're already doing it, and there may just be some refining, reworking of the details. It really is a lovely time to get out there and network for you. You may also be thinking of real estate. Hey Leo, how are you presenting yourself to the world? How's your body feeling? And are you taking care of it? You could find yourself looking at finding other ways to use your resources or focus on making money. There could be an urge to express yourself, some form of communication. I say go for it. Your role in society, what you want to offer, career, work-wise, may be up for review as well. Remember to find a balance for your energy level, and take some time to relax and have a cold drink on the patio or go for a swim. Virgo, if you're interested in writing, this is a great time to give yourself that time to write. Maybe not as social as you normally are in the summertime, It's a great time to go within and be writing. Give yourself a deadline by the end of the year. That project of writing will be done. Reviewing finances may come to your attention or dealing with legal documents. You may find yourself thinking about travel or even going back over times that you have traveled and how that has affected your life. Libra, get out there and socialize and hang out with friends, join a group, challenge yourself. Practice some daily habits that are good for you. Look after yourself and find the balance between social and self time. Taking care of yourself by starting a meditation practice. There's a new you brewing, and you may want to change the way you look or present yourself. Working on a budget or balance and how you will use money, such as a inheritance or a sum of money, it's a good time to strategize. Scorpio, you could be busy this summer working on your career, your place in society, what you have to offer others. This could also be a time of exploring it. It's a great time spent considering what you love. Do you like what you're doing? Because if you don't, it's going to be really hard. You can make it work. There could be some sudden changes or adjustments in terms of your relationships, and just know that the focus needs to be on you, because of course you can only pay attention to yourself and changing yourself, and then we can move forward with compassion and kindness, because we can't change anybody else. Remember, if you're one who's always taking care of others, really pay attention to what you want to offer the world. Spending time, of course, with those close to you and productive time alone is important. Sagittarius, are you thinking you'd like to travel somewhere foreign outside of your local country, dreaming and thinking of learning some things that are going to expand your consciousness? Going back to school, a great place for you to be focusing on. If you have any health issues, don't ignore them. You may even find answers to a health issue that you've been trying to solve. Sounds like it's a good plan. Capricorn, if you're an artist of any kind, writing music, that could be really great. Great time for producing some work from deep within you. Could be some of your best work if you feel that calling to you. You might just, woodshed and get into creating a whole album. If you're metaphysical Capricorn, this could be a strong time for growth in terms of your work, developing your spiritual gifts. You might find yourself really drawn to astrology at this time. You might find yourself that traveling will help you gain insights around what it is you're going to produce. If there's some trips, maybe you've got some art or songs or writing in your pocket you want to have time. Take notes. If you have children, you could find yourself involved more with your children's life. Aquarius, relationships are key for you this month. Hopefully that energy is bringing some excitement in your space, or relationships. You could find yourself in a new relationship, or you could be renewing a relationship. It could be an exciting time. No doubt you'll figure it out. Venus could also bring ideas of how to change your home, beautify it. You might even be thinking of moving. Not necessarily. But you too could find yourself dreaming of plans for next year. Pisces, some work, health, daily habits is highlighted. So Venus bringing focus to that, to work with this energy, to get clear about what's good for you, to be healthy of mind, body, and spirit. If you're feeling confused or fogged out, just make sure you're not adding to it with anything that will make you more spaced out. It's a really good time to be taking care of your physical body, nurturing your emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual health. Look after yourself. You could be feeling really sensitive this month. And Venus affecting your house of communication, make sure you're really clear with others and keep healthy boundaries from those that aren't healthy for you. You're going through big changes. Be gentle with yourself. Well, that's a general overview, and I hope you have a great month. There is so much opportunity for growth. If you want a more detailed look on how to work with these astral frequencies consciously, you can reach me at the website cynthiarosemedium.com. I work as a medium, bringing evidence of loved ones. I also work with astrology and your soul path life direction. I wish you so much love. And remember, you are so much more than your body. You are an eternal soul. So, bye for now.